Hi, I'm Dane. I'm a member of Socialist Alternative, a Unison member, a full-time social work student. Just wanted to let people know about an experience I had yesterday where I rang my GP yesterday morning for some advice. The reason being I didn't want to add to the load of work they've got at the moment, but being born with a congenital heart defect and having a pacemaker and defibrillator fitted, I've always kind of got to be little bit more careful around like flus and colds and things like that. So, and it also puts me in the high risk category for coronavirus. I rang my GP just for a little bit of extra advice. I said I knew about the self-isolation if I get any symptoms. And I'd obviously read about social distancing and washing my hands and those sort of precautions. I asked if being in the high risk category, they could provide any extra advice on things that I could do. The receptionist was apologetic when she told me that there was not. She said that the government guidelines had left GP surgeries, certainly in my area, high and dry. She said that the GPs actually felt like the hands had been tied, and that they couldn't actually help people who really needed help within their area. She said that no testing at all was being done, not even on people with symptoms of coronavirus or people expected who appear to have coronavirus, which is ridiculous because you can't track how much this disease is spreading if you're not testing people and getting confirmed cases. She said the only advice was the same as the government advice. It was just try and stay home as much as possible, avoid large meetings, wash my hands, and even if I do have symptoms, if I feel like I've potentially have got coronavirus, to stay in my house for 14 days. I completely understood this. I kind of didn't expect anything different, but I just thought that being in a high-risk category, there may have been some extra news. I thanked the receptionist, told her that I hoped, everything was going okay. I imagine that they are all very busy at the moment, like all the NHS staff across the country. And yeah, I left it there. So I thought, well, obviously there's nothing more I can do. There's no testing happening in the country, which seems ridiculous. But what can the staff do? Later on the same day, I was on Facebook and I seen a suggested post, an advert for a private company that was actually selling these tests. It was selling tests for coronavirus. Now, quite how accurate these would be, whether they are tests that are the standard that the NHS would use, I don't know. But the fact that there's a private company is selling on social media, is selling tests and testing kits that this country so vitally needs to keep people safe is just ridiculous. I mean, one can only wonder how much of a percentage markup these companies have placed on these products and how much money and how much profits these private companies are going to make. They're playing obviously on people's fears, that people who maybe don't have the money to spend will be spending it because they're that frightened, understandably, of the spread of coronavirus. And I think that the whole situation in general just completely exposes the situation with the chronic underfunding of our NHS over so long, and kind of the backdoor privatisation that's been going on. And I think never before in my lifetime has it been more stark, actually, the need for a fully not only publicly funded, but democratically ran National Health Service, and actually pharmaceutical companies. They should all be nationalised as well and come under democratic workers' control. What we always argue for, or has always argued for as socialists, it's as apparent now as it's ever going to be with the situation with our National Health Service in this crisis. Like I say, it's been truly exposed and people really do need to fight for the NHS now more than ever.